Ladies and gentlemen, Raila Amolo Odinga should actually be worried. I know you are wondering why Raila Odinga should be worried. I'm saying this because ahead of 2022 general election, there are certain things which William Ruto used to say, and all of them came to pass. One of them, he used to casually say that siasa ni kujipanga. Again, William Ruto used to challenge anybody, whether anybody can dare steal his votes. William Ruto also used to tell Raila, Uhuru, and anybody who cared that he was going to become the president of the Republic of Kenya, and there was nothing they were going to do. All those came to pass. Yesterday and today, William Ruto made some remarks in Kisii, which, in my view, should actually worry Raila Amolo Odinga. Because so far, personally, I don't know Raila Odinga's game plan. I don't know whether Raila Odinga is going to run in 2027. I don't know whether he's going to support Kalonzo Musyoka. I don't know whether he's going to endorse Ruto. I don't know. But William Ruto had a message for Raila Odinga, which he must take seriously.
Wacha kudharau wananchi wadogo. Kama uko na maneno, wewe menyana na mimi niko tayari. Na nimemwambia uchaguzi sasa imeisha. Hata usikuje kunipotezea wakati, uchaguzi imeisha. Wewe kama uko na maneno, jipange 2027. Wacha mimi nifanye kazi ya wananchi. Pale 2027 nitakungojea. Na hiyo 2027 sasa ujue nitakuwa nimejipanga mbaya sana. Ndio. Wacha hii. Kwanza hiyo 2027 hata yeye kupata agent peke yake itakuwa kazi ngumu. So waje kusumbua watu. Ama namna gani? I mean, kwani wewe sasa umesumbua kila serikali. Ulisumbua ya Moi mpaka Moi akaenda. Ukakuja ukahangaisha Kibaki. Ukakuja ukahangaisha Uhuru. Ndio huyu umeenda kuhangaisha mama mboga. Umeenda kuhangaisha makanga. Umeenda kuhangaisha watu wadogo. Kama wewe uko na maneno, si ukuje bwana, you face, you know, you're equal. Ama namna gani? Na vile hata mimi naona, mimi ninafikiri, anyway, wacha tuseme sana. Tuachie hapo hiyo maneno. So,
no, that's William Ruto. And I want to explain to you guys in this video why Raila Odinga should be on high alert. Because remember, there are certain facts about 2022 election which cannot be disputed. The first fact is that apart from the mountain and Rift Valley, Raila Odinga got more votes than Ruto across the country. In fact, if you take, using IBC figures which they announced, and you distribute it red, was it yellow and blue? The country was almost blue, all of it, apart from Rift Valley and the mountain. So that's the first fact. The second fact, which we can't run away from, is that Raila Odinga did not have agents in the last election. And without agents, it was possible for anybody to stuff ballots, to change figures, and to play monkey businesses. Up to this stage, I'm yet to understand why Raila Odinga went into that election without agents when he knew so well that agents was the key. The third fact, which we can't run away from, is that while Raila Odinga was busy with the handshake and Uhuru Kenyatta and moving around, William Ruto focused on one thing and on one man, Wafula Chebukati. And Wafula Chebukati delivered the presidency to William Ruto. William Ruto is very strategic. He ensured the people who got the tender for Kemskate were his people. He ensured that the printing of ballot papers was strictly under his control. Remember how he managed to have Form 34, is it Form 34A? Two of them printed. So those are facts which we can't run away from. And William Ruto actually outwitted the deep state with all its powers. So William Ruto is telling Raila Odinga and his brigades that he's going to win again in 2027. Raila Odinga, we kuja, forget about mandamano, prepare for 2027. And come, and I'm going to defeat you. And this time around, you're not even going to have agents. So in this video, I want us to look at that statement. Before we do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get back to the main issue. And by the way, I'm planning to have live show, and time is really running 1 hour to the live show. Maybe we may not be able to do it today. If you don't do it today, then we'll be live, guys, tomorrow. So make a date. Now, why do I strongly believe that William Ruto's statement should worry Raila Odinga? It boils down to a few questions. And that the first question which Raila Odinga should ask himself is, how did William Ruto win in 2022 without the deep state? When I talk of winning, I'm not talking of zile kura, the votes. I'm talking of the fact that William Ruto and Raila Odinga went to the polls. Votes were counted by IBC. William Ruto declared the winner by IBC. Raila Odinga went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Ruto. How did William Ruto manage to win, while Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta had the deep state? That is a question which should worry Raila, because right now he has that deep state. Raila Odinga is outside, Uhuru is outside. He's still with William somewhere up Ruto. So that is something which really, in my view, should be giving Raila Odinga sleepless nights. How he can thwart William Ruto's schemes, because if William Ruto knew certain things and outwitted them, now with him in power, what do you think can stop him? Because William Ruto is already scheming for 2022. The illegal appointment of the chief administrative secretary, 50 of them, despite the fact that the court allowed him to have 21, and then 21 or 23, is geared towards achieving those objectives. The second thing, the second question which, and in my view, this one should worry Raila more. And by the way, if you watch this video up to this stage, I want to ask you just to spare 3 more minutes or 4 more minutes, then we'll be done. Please don't leave. The question is, can they stop Ruto in his schemes now that he has the deep state? Can he, I'm just asking, can Raila and Azimio team manage to stop Ruto in his schemes? Let me just read for you a tweet. I think I saw it in the morning from Kabando wa Kabando. And that will show you that Raila Odinga is in real problem. This is a post. Now, this is what Kabando wa Kabando posted 8 hours ago. In 192 days, President Ruto has totally captured the Kenyan judiciary. Ameweka kwa mfuko. The National Assembly, William Ruto ameweka kwa mfuko. The Public Service Commission, Ruto ameweka kwa mfuko. The National Police Service Commission ameweka kwa mfuko. William Ruto has also captured, according to Kabando wa Kabando, the NCIC, the the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, CONFUCO. William Ruto has captured NGC, Haki, the Kenya Human Rights Commission, the Ombudsman, the Senate Kenya, and the IEBC. Officers, this is Kabando's tweet. Officers competing on Ruto's portrait size. Ruto badge on lapel next. So basically he's saying that officers from these independent organizations are actually competing on how they can put William Ruto's biggest portrait on the officers. And he's saying that the next thing they are now competing with is putting on Ruto's badge on the lapel next. In 24 hours, SRC deodorized an illegality. So which means if with the powers, they could not stop Ruto. Without powers, they could not stop Ruto. Actually, they had the powers, but they could not stop Ruto. So my question is, can they stop Ruto in his schemes? Let us look at what the judiciary is doing. Yesterday, but one, which was on Wednesday night, a communications came from State House through Hussein Mohammed that William Ruto has received communications from the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula, that Parliament cannot vet the Chief Administrative Secretary. Most people interpreted that to mean that that vetting is what Wetangula didn't want. That was around this time, around, what's the time? Around 8:30 night, around this hour. By midnight, the Kenya printer had actually published Kenya Gazette with the names of those appointed cabinet secretaries by midnight. You see, Moses Wetangula notified Ruto. Ruto issued communications around this time. By midnight, William Ruto had managed to gazette the names of those people. The same night, all these chief administrative secretaries, appointees, had been asked to appear at State House by 5:30 a.m. You know, reminds me of Kibaki when Kibaki was sworn in at 9. By 5:30 a.m., these guys were told, come to State House. So by 5:30 a.m., the chief administrative secretaries were at State House. Interestingly, the Chief Justice was also asked to come to State House by Samoja. So by around 7:30, William Ruto had witnessed the swearing in of all chief administrative secretary. I know you are wondering why I'm giving you this. The question is, the judiciary knew that there was a case which was going to determine whether that swearing in ceremony, whether the names were not going to be vetted in Parliament. And that is what these guys evaded. The case had not been determined, and William Ruto rushed to beat the court case, by swearing in these people. So by the time the judge was rendering ruling, which was at 11, the chief administrative secretary had been sworn in. So the judge said the case or the matter overtaken by defense, just like that. So judiciary was part of this scheme. Then you go to media. They are saying they want to ban media because they are airing Azimio. IBC, as we speak, has blocked so many people on their pages. Anytime you raise an objection, then now you go to the real state, which is now the office of the president, the police, and the rest. DCI today, from nowhere, randomly posted names, pictures of people on their website that these people participated in demonstrations, and therefore they are supposed to appear at the DCI headquarters. And the images they displayed were like, one of them, there's bonfire, people burning tiles on road. There's another one where a guy was throwing stone. Then Kenyans very fast, quickly realized that the DCI actually picked those photos randomly from internet. There were some which were taken in Uganda, some were taken during August election. So it shows you that Ruto has actually captured. So can Raila Odinga stop William Ruto in his schemes? I don't think so. The other question is, will William Ruto concede to Azimio? If he was confident that nobody was going to stop him and he was out of power, now he has the power. Can somebody stop Ruto? I don't think. So Raila Odinga is actually in a state where he should be worried. My last question is, how will they deal with perceptional politics? You know, politics, I've always opined here, is a perceptional game. A game of mind, game of numbers. So the biggest question which ordinary Kenyans are asking outside there is that, and that was the reason why Ruto was saying those things in Kisii, that I'll make sure Raila Odinga loses even without agents. Ordinary Kenyan outside there are asking, if Ruto won without deep state, now that he has the deep state, what can stop him? Perceptional politics. How are they going to deal with the perceptional politics? That explains why in Nyanza, almost all members of parliament from Nyanza wants to work with Ruto. The only thing they cannot do is they fear if they work with Ruto, they lose their seats. And lastly, the last question is there something Ruto knows which we don't? If you watch this video up to this point, please thank you and know that deep inside my heart, I value you. I want to thank the two, one man, Edwin, another lady who told me not to mention her name, who sent me, I've received your coffee. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.